Hello cookies, it's Siri. I am back and I'm finally going to show you my gaming setup and the living room. The focus is on sustainability, clean materials, clean air, comfort, something that is visually pleasing in a small budget. I mean, the budget for this room is probably 1/5 of the budget that you usually get as an interior designer, even for a regular family in the West, as in Western Europe. But I'm still really happy with how it turned out. I wish that the walls were darker blue, and of course I wish that we did not need IKEA stuff, but there are still a lot of second-hand things here. But we're going to start on this side. So this is the side that is behind the gaming setup. And here you can see the air purifier. It's the same as in the bedroom tour, because as usual I'm focused on air quality, and when I play I want the air to be clean, especially during the winter when the air quality outside is terrible. And then here you have the humidifier. And for some weird reason, if I have it in the bedroom, I wake up congested and feeling really weird in the face and the nose. Somehow, sleeping with a humidifier is not super good for me. I'm not sure why. I already had one in Stockholm before and it did the same thing. It was a different one than this one, and this is the second one. And so I noticed that in the living room it works and it's better for my skin. I don't have dry skin anymore since using that. Okay, now I'm not entirely sure my grammar is entirely good, but you know what I'm trying to say. So here in the living room it works, having a humidifier, but it does not work in the bedroom. On to the color, which is what I started with the bedroom. This blue that you see here is a disaster. I have always dreamt of having a dark blue, almost black living room with a mustard sofa or couch. This shade of blue looked much darker on the website, and so when it was freshly painted and smelled so good, because it's the same VOC-free natural paint as in the bedroom and the hallway, it looked nice, it looked really good because it was still wet and dark, but then it dried out to be this baby blue, and it's really not the color I wanted. Sebastian is quite pleased with it because he wanted a brighter living room. We had gone back and forth with me wanting to change the shade, but he had enough because there was a lot of stress surrounding moving together, finding a place in Leipzig from Berlin, and so he just wanted everything to be settled and done finally, and so he did not want to change. On photos it looks quite nice. I've taken some of my thumbnails against this background before and it does look like a professional studio, but I just wish it were much darker, but I guess it works. Behind me you can see some of the books that I have gotten since moving here, and someday I hope that I can have my own place with a library and my huge collection. And yes, I have read almost all of my books that I have. Some of them I have read a few times, as in the herbalism books, for example, that I used to practice herbalism. I have some here, some in Switzerland, some in Sweden, and I think some of them actually disappeared in between moves. We have these cushions. Wait, I'm sitting on top of one now. So these two cushions are velvet cushions. They're super soft and super nice. Laika loves laying on them. They're really convenient for many things, including when I do Pilates and I need something under my knee. Even the feeling is 100% cotton. I got them on sale. I could not believe that you could find velour that is not polyester, that is 100% cotton. You have this blanket that you saw in Stockholm as well when I showed you my setup. It's also 100% wool, and this one I only sent to dry clean, but I think it can definitely survive a wash. It looks super good with the cushions. I'm currently reading this Vigny, Œuvre complète. So this is Alfred de Vigny. It's a French author that is a dramaturge, poet. He is part of the Romanticism movement. I just love his poems. I used to really not like poems. I think up until I read his poems, I always thought that they were boring, and I really recommend it if you understand French and you can read this book in French original language. I tried translating some of his poems through ChatGPT, and it's just not the same. I mean, of course, it's a poem, so you need the rhymes, you need the subtleties of French language. So yes, we're digressing. As for the plants, we made sure that they are 100% safe for pets. Laika never does anything with them. She doesn't care much for them. She doesn't bite them. She doesn't do anything. So even if we had toxic plants, why am I doing this? Some plants are actually really toxic for animals. Even if we had toxic plants, she would not have done anything with them, but it just feels much safer to have pet-friendly plants. And that made the process much harder because I tried to rescue plants secondhand. I did that a lot in Stockholm, and I wanted to do that here too in Leipzig. But all of the plants that I found on eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is the Craigslist of Germany, they only had plants that were super toxic for pets, so we had to buy new plants. But I tried to find a company that seemed sustainable-ish. The plants are okay. They arrived in okay shape. I was not pleased with the shape and how they arrived, so I'm not going to recommend you that store because I feel like they could have been better, but they're okay. Oh. Wow, it's super bright. Okay, this was not the best location to do this. Oof, let us find somewhere else. So I just realized that a long sequence of this video, my face was out of focus because the camera was set on manual focus. Done is better than perfect. In an attempt to just get things done and accept that things don't have to be perfect, it will stay like that. The monitor that you see over there is the one that I purchased when I moved to Berlin. I have absolutely no regrets. It's not an expensive monitor. It's actually the second cheapest that I saw at the store, but it works perfectly fine for me. And as for the lights, the one behind the monitor is the one that I had in Stockholm that took me forever to find because I wanted specific colors. I wanted mustard or blue because I really want mustard and blue in my living room. The big one is exactly the same as the small one. It matches, but it's just a bigger version, and there are two heads. One head goes towards the wall for indirect lighting for a cozy ambience, and the second one can go down towards the chair here so I can use it to read. Both of them were on huge sale, so they were not at full price. You might recognize this chair, or at least a chair that is similar, from my video of my room in Berlin that I was renting. I fell in love with the chair there, and this is a gift from Sebastian. Unfortunately, we can't afford the 100% sustainable furniture that is out there. I asked for quotes from companies that are making furniture out of cardboard boxes. The quotes start at 4, 5, 6,000 euros for storage and things like that. Of course, we tried to look secondhand, but everything that we found secondhand was with the furniture glue that has formaldehyde. I know it because some of them are from brands that I know use toxic things, or from Amazon, and then you can't really verify what kind of material or glue was used in those, and I'm very suspicious. Or the shine and lacquer of some of those chairs. I'm just thinking, is this the strong resin, smelly lacquer stuff that is full of VOCs and toxic substances? I'm just very suspicious. So Sebastian gifted me this from IKEA. I did not want the polyester type of tygg. Tygg, that is Swedish. How do you say tygg in English? Material, fabric. Fabric. IKEA has different types of fabrics. You have to be careful with those furniture, not from IKEA, but you have furniture that is spill-free, drink-free, wine-free, whatever. They're usually coated with materials that have PFAS and forever chemicals, and those are very dangerous for you. There is this YouTuber that talked about outdoor gear. I saw his video for the first time yesterday. I've never seen his channel before. I will link it down below. You will see a clip here, but he talked about it for outdoor gear and he made measurements, and basically there is no amount that is acceptable for PFAS. So with this, I'm not even entirely sure that it's like super safe, but it's the safest out of all of the Poing chairs that they had. I was really picky with basically everything. This had to be wood, this had to be as natural as possible. I look into the details of things. This rug really ties the whole area together. Before I had this rug, it felt like everything was just floating in the corner, and now with the rug, it really feels like a defined space, and even Sebastian admitted that it made a huge difference. There was a very long time we did not have a rug, and this is 100% wool. I got it on sale at more than 50% sale because, you know, I love my sales. It's easy to clean. It is almost waterproof. It's smell proof. It's just really nice, and it's thick, but it's cozy and comfy. And like I loves it, it is both pink and blue, and it has the same shades as these. The design has the same matching color as the whole theme that I'm going for, even the light wood that I'm going for. The blue almost matches the walls. So this rug is just so perfect for this space. It's very, very deliberate. Had I not found this rug, there would be no rug here. Yet, like absolutely loves it. Playing here is much nicer because she has better grip. So when we play tug of war, she gets to be on this side and I get to be on the slippery regular wood side, so that she has an advantage. The big piece of furniture where my books are is secondhand. We found it on eBay Kleinanzeigen, or I found it on eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is the Craigslist, the Blockhead, the Le Bon Coin that exists here in Germany. I first thought that it was a bit too dark for the space because we have light wood everywhere, but Sebastian really just wanted a piece of furniture and he said we just need something. So he had enough and he just insisted on getting it. There's enough storage underneath for random stuff, so it does not make the whole place super messy. The pots where the plants are also terracotta, of course, and I have had way more success keeping plants alive in terracotta, and the terracotta matches the blue and the carpet and the warm rust and coral and salmon shades that I am going for. In the background you can see the kitchen that is pink. It goes really well with the blue. But as Sebastian said, it looked like a gender reveal when we moved in here, because the baby blue and the pink were just like, wow, okay, we're doing a gender reveal here, but we're using the whole apartment. The pink was intentional. The blue here should have been darker, but it still works. It would be quite fun to help you with your places. So if you have a room that you're not super pleased with and you would need or want suggestions, then send me an email with photos and maybe videos of the place at iriemue@gmail.com, and I would love to try and redo it for you. Let me know if that's something that would be of interest, and I will see you cookies very, very soon. Bye!